avoid it. You know I don't like going down this road because you and I talk about it all the time, but today you sort of can't avoid it. When people ask you, because everywhere you go today they're going to, what does this mean for the GOAT debate, Jalen Rose? What are you going to tell them all day long?
And this isn't the greatest player of this generation. This isn't the greatest player of the 2000s. And it's a cop-out if you get paid to talk about sports and you're not smart enough to put into context what people did that you didn't necessarily watch play. As somebody that was born in the 70s, I remember collecting basketball cards and trying to track down newspapers and track down information of players that competed before me. And I want everybody to break this down. Greatest of all time. That says greatest of all time. That means the things that you've accomplished are more than the people that you're compared to. And if we're talking about the greatest of all time, I can't ignore some feats of human beings that accomplish things that LeBron just has not individually been able to accomplish yet. One of them is Air Jordan. When we're talking about great players and we said scoring is the greatest metric we can take, let's not ignore the fact that he has 10 scoring titles and LeBron has 1. Let's not ignore that. Let's not ignore that he has not 1 three-peat, he has 2 three-peats. LeBron has not been able to accomplish that just yet. Now let's go to the OGs. Let's not ignore the person that was standing on the court last night. LeBron passed his record, but did he pass him of all time? Kareem Abdul-Jabbar? For you guys that don't know, the unstoppable skyhook that landed him winning 6 championships and 6 NBA MVPs, who had the record and only made 1 three-pointer in the history of his career. So that's a level of dominance around the basket that we just had not seen. Now, Bill Russell should not be ignored in this conversation, young whippersnappers. He won 11 championships in 13 years. And I know the video was grainy. And I know y'all want to talk about who he played against. But you're greater against the opponents that you're put in front of. And he had a level of dominance when he played that just has not happened. He's the actual Lord of the Rings, Bill Russell. And so now the conversation gets a little tricky for me after that. Because it's hard for me, it's so very hard for me to ignore the Black Mamba. So you ask me what people are going to say when they ask me about the GOAT conversation today. Well, I'm in Los Angeles, and that groundswell for Kobe Bryant, rest in peace, to be in this conversation is definitely happening. So for me, the next few people, I'm going to give LeBron James that edge. I'm going to say LeBron James is 4th on that list of all-time greats. Can't ignore Magic, can't ignore Kobe, I can't ignore Tim Duncan. They all deserve to be a part of that conversation, depending on what your flavor of the moment is. But let's not ignore Jordan, Kareem, and Bill Russell. They got the high scores on the video game that ain't nobody taking down, period.
That's fair. And again, everyone will sort of weigh in on all these things as they can. I'm going to hold off on the Anthony Davis thing. I do want to ask one very quick question, Jalen, because you're always the person I ask these things to. The basket that set the record last night was scored against Kenrich Williams. Is that the first guy or the last guy you want to be last night? Do you want to be able to say forever, look, he scored the biggest basket, he broke the record against me, or is that the last thing in the world you want us to be the guy he scored it against? Quickly.
So remember, everyone, there's only 4,700 players to ever play in the NBA.
Yeah.
And so when you go against greatness, it's going to happen against you. Kobe Bryant is going to explode for an 81-point game against somebody. I just happened to be out there. I was out there when John Stockton broke the assist record in the NBA. So therefore, you want to be on the court, paying your bills, taking care of your family, chasing your dream, and absolutely you want to be the guy that not only either pass the ball to LeBron, but be the guy that he made the shot on, because that video is going to live forever. And you're going to be sitting around telling your kids, your grandkids, and their kids, look, that's me out there on the floor. And we won.
Disagree.
I do agree, and Kenrich Williams gets to say we won that game, though, so for whatever that's worth.
Yes, someday he'll tell his grandchildren, we won that game. See that video with Grandpa giving up a bucket?
Right, but we won.
I'm the opposite. I'd be calling for a double team. I'd be yelling, help!
It's inevitable. It's gonna
He's going to score this against Sumner, but it's not going to be me. Meantime, we got a great doubleheader coming your way tonight. Jalen's